what's going down, Commanders? It's been a few days since I've uploaded a video. I thought I'd do one that a lot of people were asking me, and it's hard for me to give an answer when I'm not 100% sure myself if I'm getting the composition right and everything else, but PvP platoons basically. And I just want to quickly, I don't know why my mouse has got that little ball thing on it. I must have clicked the middle button and it won't turn off now, but never mind. I want to run you through how I'm putting my tunes together for PvP, but it's kind of, I'm not 100% certain myself. I've managed to get myself 60,000 infamy this season, so I can't be doing too bad. But again, I'm not 100% sure on getting this right. So basically I've got 5 tunes, they're all spam tunes. The only units that I use that are not legendary are the Akumas. I use 2 per platoon, or 1 if I'm using the Salvatore. So basically they're all the same. So I've got 1 Devout, 3 Jackals, 1 Akuma, and then 1 Warhorse. And then the second slot is exactly the same. So 1 Devout, 3 Jackals, 1 Akuma, 1 Warhorse. My third slot is just 1 Warhorse. I do change this from time to time from the Warhorse to a Vanguard. Purely for the reason being is a Vanguard's got busted status. So if you're coming in at a side with these buildings, Tech Centre or the Academy, if they're both like mine are placed stupid, by the way, guys. I wouldn't place them like that. But if you're doing it and you're attacking here, this slot, this side, this tune, once you kill the low wire with the Vanguard, or 2 Vanguards if you can fit them in there, you go straight for the Tech Centre and Academy. I think there is a bug with, I think it's the Academy. Sometimes that spawns if you hit it with Vanguards. I'm not sure why. It's something that I've noticed over the last couple of even months or so. But yeah, you basically want to nullify, because basically you can, explain why I'm doing this. Because the last stand I've got 2 Warhorses and they're a nightmare to hit in base. And if I open my last stand on this one, it's not as powerful, but there's 2 Commandants in there. I could even go with maybe some Vanguards. Can't get a third in. Maybe a few. I need to repair them. But yeah, you basically want to nullify them with the Vanguard. Level 20 talent, I believe. I may be confusing you guys a bit here, but I'm trying to explain it best I can. And it's not scripted or anything. Let me go to my Vanguards and show you that. I'm sure it's the level 20 or level 10 talent. Infantry, cannot fit in bunkers, cannot hit multi-shot energy weapon. There, level 11 talent, sorry about that, guys. Level 11 talent on the Vanguards is busted status, which you do not get with the Warhorses. So that would be purely no busted. I'm pretty sure it's no busted on them. Right, it's immune to Dragon's Teeth, low wire. Yeah. No busted on them. Right, let's get back to explaining the actual platoon composition itself. So basically this is where I've got them split up. So basically I can come in from 2 angles. So each one of these slots I can come in from that direction and that direction, or this direction and that direction at the same time. Pushing X key and then moving to the next one. But before you do that, you want to use this single one on its own. It'll either be Vanguards or Warhorse. You want to take out the Dragon's Teeth. Sometimes when you're doing this, so basically you're coming in from 5 directions. Let's say it's from the 11 o'clock, or what would that be? Yeah, 11 o'clock position all the way around to the 7 o'clock position. So it'd be a Warhorse killing these and leaving it on Ruby. Then Warhorse here killing that and leaving it on Ruby. Here, this one would be a little bit more control because of the 2 buildings. It would be 2 Vanguards killing them, killing the low wire, killing these 2 buildings to hopefully prevent the spawning units. And then the same here, 2 Warhorse on its own, killing that, leave on Ruby. And again here, Warhorse killing the low wire and just leave it. Basically by this time, hopefully by then everything's killed off and you've got what you need to get taken out of the way. Then you would go to this slot here, spawn it, and this would come in from this direction, say, and you just tap the X key, and then you would move to the next platoon, which would be, say, this one. I have got Cali, it's just a replacement for the next platoon, say, would be coming from this direction, and you just deploy it, hit the X key, and then you move to your next slot. And you can basically, what I'm doing is that I'm trying to confuse the base. So everything's running to one side and I've got another side coming in. And then by the time they're running back to the other side, I've got another side coming in. You're trying to confuse the ring of the base. So you deploy here, the one slot, then here, then here, then here, then here. It would be instantaneous from enough units dying to the point that you're going to the next slot, next slot, next slot, just confusing the hell out of the bases. And what this does is it gives you, wrong one, it gives you 10 platoons to spawn in a circle, not including these single units on their own. So you get 10 chances to get as far into the base as you can. I'm not saying this is perfect. Some bases, well, a lot of people have worked out how to counter this. I believe there's a few bugs that are making PvP a lot harder at the minute. I don't want to get into that right now because I don't want to... You know what kixeye's like. They go and fix it and it'll piss everyone off, and I don't want to be that guy that's grassing everyone up for it. But there is a few bugs in the base that you can use right now that will counter this spawn. But as a rule, I normally get the 1 star. You know, if it's a very, very good base, I normally get the 1 star with the spamming. Other than that, you can remove dead. Let me show you. So if I get rid of them, and I think we do that's all dead. You can remove dead legendaries and put them back in. So basically I would remove the legendaries, and then I'd let the Rikumas repair. I think they're 11 minutes each for the 2, which is also not too bad. It's 11 minutes or 2 coin, which makes PvP worthwhile. It makes it, you know, that couple of coin, or if you're willing to wait the time like I normally do. But yeah, your legendaries, it's obviously they're going to be a few seconds before they're free. But most of them are around 5:30, that mark. 5:31, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, it's just about getting that composition right and getting the spawns correct, how you want them to come in. That's the hardest part of it with using this platoon compositions. I will show you once again. So it's 1 Devout, 3 Jackals, 1 Akuma, 1 Warhorse. Then the second slot will be the same, but this would be the first one in, the Warhorse on its own. And the 4th slot is just one of these. It does help if you go up against the player that's got the, what do they call them? Detonators, cloak detonators around their base. And my 5th tone, I did show you that. This is the, if they're putting units around their base, you can kind of, basically I wouldn't use half of this tone if they've got big heavies. So it's that, and I've got plenty of war horses over. And if you're coming up against the guy that's got war horses in their platoon, you've got a chance to taking out their war horses. The only problem is you want to keep these out of the fight, because you don't want the repair time on these. You only want the repair time on the war horses. So you control them if you're sniping a heavy tune. I think that's about as much as I can go for it all. I can actually show you. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to hit anything high because I don't want to travel too far, but I'm right up in a corner. Let me explain, and the visual might give you a better idea of what I'm trying to do. Raptors are important. I know a lot of people are still using the fighter company. I just cannot get that spawn right. And I'm not knocking the fighter company. People that are using it are doing it very well. I just find it cheaper, and you know, sometimes I don't win, sometimes I do. But this isn't going to be a hard base. So basically, no, this ain't going to be a hard base at all. I'm going to attack, and you want Ruby on. Let's turn that off. Ruby on, and then I normally work from the top position, so it's the green one there, and then I would just go like that, and basically I'll be killing the low wire dragon's teeth, and then I'll be moving to the next one, low wire dragon's teeth, the next one, and so forth and so on. I don't want to do this because I'm going to end up killing the base. Obviously the raptors are there if you can take out the go-go bars, a very important building, so I'd raptor spam that. Whatever it would take to kill it, it doesn't matter. obviously this isn't a good base to show you on because it isn't full, but it gives you an idea of where I'm going. And then once I get to the point, and these are rough as well, you really want to kill them if you can with raptors. That's why I use all 17 raptors and that one. And these would be the very first thing you'd put into the base as quickly as you can. Even if you go all of them as quick as you can and then click the CC, you can take out a big chunk of the base just from the CC, even on a hard base. But they'd be the very first thing in before you'd even kill the low wires, dragon's teeth and all that crap. But yeah, I think you get the point. And then once I get to the point where I can spawn, you go like that, you X-key them, and then I move to my next slot and X-key them. And then I'd be ready with the third slot, and then go up to that one and be ready with that, and then to this, not that one, but this one, and so forth and so on. So you're constantly putting units around the base as quickly as you can. May not be a good shower test, but there isn't no enemy in the sector at the minute, so there's no one I can really show it on properly. Just keep an eye out for the PvP videos. Why won't he go home? Come on. Right, I don't want to take your time up anymore. I think I've waffled on as long as I possibly can. If you've got any tips, guys, I am interested myself. If you've got something that a better composition, I will listen to it. I will read. I do read most of the comments. Yeah, just let me know. Much appreciated if you did. And I'll catch you next time, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.